Hello everybody, this is Astocky here and welcome to the start of a new series. I'm not sure how long this is going to run for. It'll really depend on whether you guys are interested or not. Certainly I am interested in having a bit of fun. It is very slightly modded Minecraft. Actually, it's a total conversion mod called TerraFirmaCraft. I'm sure most of you have heard about it. I've also added Ray's minimap and not enough items and Optifine. So everything should work pretty straightforward manner. I'm going to create a new world. I'm going to call it TerraFirmaCraft world. I'm not going to turn bonus chests on because you're really not meant to start with one in TerraFirmaCraft. I'm going to go for a seed and call it TerraFirmaCraft world. That sounds like a lot of fun, doesn't it? Let's create this world and see how things go. Now, I'm not entirely sure how long this creating a world thing goes, and this first episode is going to be a little bit short. And the reason it's going to be a little bit short is because I'm just aiming to kind of get it started, get myself bedded in a little bit. Now, this could be a bad spot to start. Oh, maybe not. Temperature's nice and warm. Big mountain, and we've got a rock. Let's dolomite. I don't even know if that's good or not. But that means pretty much all this rock around there that we saw is dolomite. So that's kind of how the first things go. So you've seen these little things on the ground. These are rocks. You punch rocks and you pick them up. They have a weight on the left and a size on the right. And it says, you hold down shift and it says right click with 2 in a stack to nap. I'm just going to close that interface because we don't need it. So now that I have 2 of them, actually I'm going to grab a 3rd one, or 4th one, or 5th one. I don't even know how many it's going to be. Definitely going to get a couple though. And we have cassiterite. Now cassiterite, I believe, is an ore of tin. Let's see if that works for the NEI GUI and see what it does. Uses, no, it doesn't have any uses. I'm sure cassiterite is a tin ore though. So that's not going to be super handy starting off because you really need to start with copper, which means I might have to do a bit of exploring to try and find it, but definitely getting lots of, and they kind of look a little bit like poops. Just saying, that's how they look. And then we've got something down here. That is, why did I not pick you up? Maize. Which is, I believe if I'm not mistaken, a kind of corn. Or it could be just corn. I don't know whether it's any different to regular corn. Not finding a lot of rocks. I was kind of hoping for a lot of rocks. So this is version 77.21 of TerraFirmaCraft. And as with all TerraFirmaCraft, the way you get sticks is you punch leaves. And the leaves will break and you get sticks. But don't try and punch wood, because you cannot punch a tree with your fist. This is a total conversion mod, for those of you who don't know, that aims to add a huge amount of realism to the game, make things much more challenging, much more difficult, but also a lot more realistic, I guess you would say. So what I'm going to try and do here is just record the first night, just to show you guys how things go, and hopefully not be in too bad shape after the first night. Now you can see I have a health bar, you can see I have a green bar and a blue bar. So the green bar is my food bar. It goes down much more slowly than it does in regular vanilla Minecraft. The blue bar is your thirst bar, so it will tell you how thirsty you are. And as you start to get thirsty, you won't, I don't believe you'll actually die, but it'll give you slowness. Yeah, kind of like a potion effect, like a beacon or something like that. It just gives you that effect and makes you really, really, really painfully slow. And then I think as you get hungry, you get, regular can't run anymore slowness. And you might think I've collected a lot of sticks, and I suppose in fact I probably have collected a few. So onto the mapping interface, you can see you have your regular crafting table. The first thing you're going to need to do is make an axe so you can start to get wood. So the way you make an axe is you go to your rocks, whatever kind of rocks you've got, because it doesn't really matter, and then you right click on them, and that brings up this interface. And what you're basically doing is you're using your mouse to chip, putting basically two rocks together to chip one away into a certain pattern. And once you get that right, you get whatever the item is. In this case, a stone axe head. So I'm going to throw that in there. And now, time to make a mess of this tree. Chopping trees is slow. I'm not going to kid anyone about this. This is potentially even a little bit painful. But it will yield good results. Boom. Look at that. White elm. 7 logs of white elm. Now, can't make logs into planks. Doesn't work like that. That's why I said this game aims to add a little bit more realism. Now, for those of you who've played previously, you used to be able to take your axe and turn the logs into planks. That doesn't happen anymore. Now you actually need a saw to be able to make logs into planks. Can I get these? And that's kind of the reason why you got to break all the leaves as well, because when the tree disappears, the leaves disappear, and then you can no longer get your sticks and your saplings from them. Saplings don't just grow either. Bone meal doesn't work. There's lots of tweaks to the vanilla gameplay to make it certainly more interesting, and you could probably say more realistic as well. This is a really bad spot for this tree, because as soon as I chop it, it's just going to fall down all over the place. But we'll try anyway. See how things go. Oh, I didn't even cut the bottom log. Yeah, because it makes no difference how long it takes whether you cut one log or whether you cut a full tree worth of logs. Painful. Now, the next thing that's important to note is I'm going to need a shovel. So let's make a shovel. Goodness. Hope this is how you do it. Excellent. One shovel head. The next thing I might make, while I have some space, is a knife blade. And then I might make, I don't have many rocks left, I might make a javelin. So a javelin is your basic throwing weapon. It's your basic vanilla weapon. You can't make swords or anything like that when you first get started. Shovel is your tool, and a knife is like a multi-tool. So I'm going to just tweak these the way I normally like to have things laid out. Like I said, there is, certainly at this point in the game, no picks, nothing like that. So now I can use my knife to start to gather this long grass. And every time I gather a bit of long grass, there's a chance some seeds will drop. And then I can use those seeds to start a bit of a farm. But you kind of really want to try and find a good area, because if you don't find a good area, you're in for a world of hurt. Now, to make cobblestone, you need to find those rocks on the ground, and you need to put them together. What's interesting / important, depending on how you look at it, to note, is that blocks obey gravity. Now, I can't stress that enough. That's very important. If we dig here, for example, you see all the dirt above it falls down. Now, if you try to stack dirt, it just falls until it falls flat. The only thing that holds dirt together is actually grass. So if you have a whole lot of grass, it will actually hold the dirt together for you and allow you to mostly kind of have a bit of a shelter. So you could potentially make like a shelter here by digging in, and that top block, the grass would hold it together across the top. But if you dig all the grass out from underneath it and a mob walks on it or jumps on it, it has quite a high chance, I understand, of actually caving in. So this is a really grindy game where things just can take a long time, but then again sometimes you get really lucky. Like I found a few stones, but I found some cassiterite, and you need like I think it's like 10 small nuggets to be able to make 1 ingot worth, but 1 ingot worth will make you a pick. So you know, there's good things and there's bad things to it. Like I said, the problem though is I found cassiterite, which I will confirm for sure with the wiki after this episode. Of course, like I said, I need to find 10 of them first. Actually, you know what I might do? I might set a waypoint, say CASERITE, just to let myself know that I found some cassiterite around here. Because if it is tin like I think it is, whoops, gotta use my knife. Broken my knife now. Like I said, if it is tin that I think it is, it's really important to get all the tin that you can, because you need to use it to make bronze. So at the moment, clearly I'm making stone tools. I'm in the Stone Age. The next age that you get to is the Copper Age. And then once you start to make some things with copper, then you can progress to the Bronze Age. And then once you're in the Bronze Age, which is kind of the point where you can't work tools, you're casting them. But once you get to bronze, you can start to make the tools that you need to start to make wrought iron. And then you progress to the Iron Age, and that's where things become really cool. So just like all Minecraft, it hates me. It's starting to get dark now, and I don't have really anywhere near enough stuff. Minecraft just loves that. I've got this on easy, and I'm not going to kid you. The reason for that is because this game is super hard. Punches are basically useless. This knife does plus 75 damage. So that's 75 damage more than a punch, and it'll still take 20 or 30 hits with this knife to like kill a skeleton or a zombie or something like that. So these are definitely not really useful tools. But like I said, I don't really want to stay here. This is kind of not a good place to be caught for the night. So what I'm going to do is I want a bit of a low mountain kind of ridge. This is going to have to do. So you can see all the dirt's falling down on me. And I've hit stone already. Oop. And I just started a bit of a cave in. And if that stuff falls on you, it does actually hurt you, so you've got to watch out for that. What I'm doing is just trying to dig out a little area here, and then I can put this straw into bales of thatch, and then I can use the thatch to kind of create a bit of a little bit of an entranceway to kind of keep whatever it is that wants to get in here away from me. Now if I just dig a little bit further, see, that is not good. So that's going to take a bit more thatch to fill that in. Now thatch blocks you can pick up pretty easily, so they're not a big deal. That's okay, so I can see out. So now we now have I guess a temporary shelter for the first night. So it's time to make fire. So the way we do that is you put 2 sticks together, and it gives you a fire starter. You then take a couple of sticks and throw them on the spot together, and you see that they're kind of joined together, and then right click on them with the fire starter and they light up. You then open and you can see here is the fire. This is how hot it is. That becomes important when you're trying to cook food and cook things. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw one single log on there, and then what will happen is eventually once it burns down, it'll consume the log, and that'll add some more heat to it. But this is why fire is important. Fire, you set sticks on fire, makes torches. Now torches are incredibly important because, like I said, this game is hard, like epic hard. I don't have any food yet, so let's not. I don't know if that's actually going to happen, but let's not have the actual flame touching that part. So now I'm going to dig this out. I'm going to run out a little bit and put some torches out just to light this area up, because I'm not in love with the idea of mobs spawning around me. Like I said, if this was vanilla, this would be like dead easy. But not vanilla. You can see that I'm also not super hungry. Not anywhere near as hungry as you'd be in vanilla by now either. So it's kind of a balancing act. Things are a lot harder to get. But definitely a lot of fun. Actually, this has been a pretty calm sort of night in terms of what it could have been. I mean, it could have got ugly, like really ugly. I wish I had some food. Actually, I've got corn. So what I can actually do is I can take that corn and turn that into maize seeds. So I've now got, things don't stack very well. That's just a product of how the game is. But I've now got rye seeds, potato seeds, and lots of maize seeds and some sugar cane. So I could actually plant all those now and they would start to grow. But before they can do that, I need a hoe. So I really hope this is the recipe for a hoe. No, I think I've got it wrong already. Oh, I use a rock each time I do it. Oh, I went too far. Darn it. Yeah, definitely tomorrow. Definitely tomorrow. I'm going to start doing this properly and try and learn what all the different kind of crafting recipes and things are. I'm going to be brave and just poke my head out again because I want to get these crops planted. So planting my maize. That wasn't maize, was it, that last one? I don't even know what that was. Plant some potato, and then we'll plant some rye. Excellent. There we go. So we've got a little bit of a garden patch going. I'm going to ponk that just there. You can see my log's burnt now and the fire is slowly cooling down. I could throw another log on to heat it up. You can stick metal in there and it will warm, but it won't actually get to the point where it melts or does anything. And then even if it does, you can't actually use it for anything. I've actually got to let that cool down now because see how it's got the warming attribute? You can't stack them when their attributes are different. So I guess, it is what it is. This has been night 1. Going to be back in the next episode if you guys are interested in this with a night, with a day 2 and probably some more stuff. I won't keep you guys, hanging around here during the night. If you're interested, the link in the description will explain how to get TerraFirmaCraft. The wiki is really handy. It's got a good starting out guide on how to get through the Stone Age. So until next time, thank you very much for watching. Astocky out.